Join us as we explore how to enhance your AI agents with A365 AI Enablers. We'll cover the key steps of building an agent, from adding foundational knowledge to integrating powerful, pre-built tools that streamline complex tasks. We've created the AI agent, and that brings us to the Copilot Studio design experience. On the right, I can test my agent. You can see it has already created a welcome message for me. On the left, I can refine the agent further to make it more intelligent and add tools from the AI enabler. I'll do that in a moment. But first, you can see here we have the name and description we entered, and now instructions have been populated as well. We can also add knowledge. I'm going to click on Add Knowledge. You can see there are many different options for knowledge sources we can use, including websites, SharePoint libraries, Dataverse tables, Dynamic 365 tables, and even external applications like Salesforce and ServiceNow. We can also give it access to OneDrive locations in SharePoint. For this example, I will use a single file. I'll browse and grab a file I have already created, our service appointment FAQ document. This is a list of standard frequently asked questions about the service appointment process. I could add a new name and description, but for now, I'll just click Add to Agent. This will begin pulling the file into the agent as a knowledge source. You'll see in a few seconds that it moves back to this screen and shows a status of In Progress. This means Copilot Studio is now processing the Word document and loading it into the agent. This will take a couple of minutes so I can continue working on my agent and adding tools from the AI enabler. There are two tools I want to include. When you have access to the AI enabler, you'll have a catalog, a model-driven app that you can browse to view the available tools and learn what they do and how to use them. I'll go ahead and add a couple of them now. Before I do that, let me show you the different types of tools we can add. You can see we have all in feature. I can also click on connectors. We have all sorts of different pre-built connectors for various business systems that we can use to add tools. We can also add and create prompts. These are AI prompts. Additionally, we can use something called Model Context Protocol. You can see things like our Dataverse MCP server or our Dynamics 365 ERP MCP server. This will enable us to connect our AI agents to business systems in a unified manner. Think of an MCP server as a USB-C connector for AI and AI agents, a standard protocol across the industry. Over time, we will see more of these MCP servers become available, and you can even create your own if needed. For this scenario, I'm going to go to my agent flow. The first agent flow I want to use is called Get Service Appointment using Device Registration Number. This is one of the actions from our AI enabler. I'll search for that now. You can see the top result is the one I want, so I'll click to add that tool to my agent. I'll click Add to Agent. I could configure it if I wanted to, but we don't need to for this example. This will now pull that tool into the agent we're building as a usable action. You can now see the tool on this screen. We also need another tool that enables us to get the related service order information using the service appointment data, which will be included in the output of the first tool. I'll search for this tool. Again, it gives me related tools, but the top result is the one I want. Another action from our AI enabler. I'll add that to my agent as well. This gives me the basics of my agent with my tools and knowledge reference added. You can see the knowledge is still in progress. Now I can refine my instructions. This is an editable text box. I can dynamically call these tools directly from this instruction box. Rather than writing the name of the tool, I'll replace it with a / and then select the tool. This will deterministically call the tool when it is needed. I'll do the same for the second one here. I'll add another / and select it. Now we have our new agent instructions loaded. Let me give my browser a quick refresh so it updates those instructions. You'll see that the UI has changed, and the tools will now be referenced directly in the agent instructions. It just takes a second to load. You can see we now have the tool reference. What this is doing is ensuring that when the agent is carrying out my instructions, it knows which tool to reference and when. That tool, which is an agent flow, will then be used within the context of the instructions that were created. You can now see that our agent instructions include our tools. We also have our knowledge, which is now ready and indexed, and our two tools loaded. I'll leave generative orchestration on because that enables the agent to use generative AI to determine how to respond to the user's input. I don't need to program or code anything here. I'm just going to allow generative orchestration to handle that. You can see we have one of the latest OpenAI models, ChatGPT 4.0, as our default model for this agent. Over on the right, I'll give this a quick refresh, and then I'll test my agent. Remember, I haven't had to write any code at all. Now, I'll ask a simple question, as if I'm a user on a call with a customer. I'll say, "Is the device?" And then I'll enter the device registration number, which in this case is this one, and ask, "Is that device ready for collection?" When I click Go, the message will be sent to the agent. The agent will move to the activity panel, and you can see what's happening. It will automatically know how to run those actions based on our instructions. In just a few seconds, it has come back with a response saying, "The device with the registration number EJA765 has completed its service." Here are the details. Service appointment completed with a scheduled end time. And here are the 2 service orders that were carried out. With our tools and knowledge loaded, we've built the foundation of our agent. From here, you can further enhance it by connecting to other business systems and extending its capabilities even more.